Hey, how you feeling, bro? How you feeling this morning?
Alive.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I feel alive. Nah, man, I feel good. I can't complain. It's Sunday. It was a much needed weekend. Much needed family time. Took the kids to see the new fuck we go see doggy. That
Superman?
new Jurassic Park shit.
Okay.
And that was all right. Then last night we went to a Barnstormers game.
Damn.
That shit was dope too. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I love it, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. What about you, player?
We just been out here. I've been working like crazy, you know what I mean, trying to get my shit together and pay off some of this credit card from fucking going to Detroit.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting ready to go visit my parents in Wyoming for a couple of days before the kids got to go back to school. So that's really about all it is. You know what I mean? But I'm chiseling away at this video for T-Bear. Back Outside's coming real soon, and so I got to get the visuals right on that one.
Shout out to T-Bear. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go ahead and drop that visual right there. I already pulled up the thumbnail. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I just been working on that and kind of getting things together. And who did the thumbnail on this one? This one or the cover art? This one looks fresh.
Shit, we got one guy, man. Shout out my guy Cordell Brooks, man. He do all of our shit, damn near. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks dope. Got the silhouette for the city of Des Moines up in there. And
I mean, I feel like we're obligated to talk about the album if we're talking about it, right?
Well, we already are. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and just slide right into it.
So, as y'all know, then T-Bear of GFG Records is dropping a new full-length album, July 31st, 2025. You know what I'm saying? Only on GFG Records, motherfuckers. Featuring 14 new tracks, and some of the features include heavyweights like Trip Shelton, Smooth G, Test One, Frank Mank Loke, CP, Big Ray West, KT is Dope, KA, and many more. You know what I'm saying? So.
Damn, you got that star-studded lineup on. All up on there, all of one album.
All of that, he's worked hella hard on this project, and I think the city's gonna give him some good feedback, some well-deserved feedback. You know what I mean? So,
I love it, bro. I love it, much deserved, and it's exciting to see somebody that's so dedicated to his craft and put so much time into it to reap the benefits. You know what I mean? So much props to T-Bear, and I wish him much success on this one. From what I've heard, because I got to hear a little more than y'all have, because I'm behind the scenes. I'm working with the cam. You know what I mean? Got a sneak peek. From what I heard so far, it's slamming. The record's slamming. The visuals should be pretty dope. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make sure we come correct on this one from EmceeTV. So. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's exciting. So I'm hoping.
Yeah. Shout out T-Bear, man. We're gonna be dropping some. We're gonna be dropping some videos where he's gonna break down every single track. You know what I'm saying, individually. Probably little 1 minute to 2 minute clips of him. Giving some insight to every track and who the feature is and working with that artist that's on there and stuff like that, behind the scenes shit that, some folks are interested in here. We're going to give them that. On
People
GFG
dig that
TV.
shit too. People dig that. You know what I mean? They like to hear the story of how this one came together and that one came together and I had this concept and it evolved into this and, it started as this and, whatever. So people like that shit.
Yeah.
Cool. I nerd out on that.
And then I've been in the studio, I've been working. I just did a track for the homie Jamie Triller.
I saw y'all talking about that on YouTube the other day on the GFG TV.
Yeah. And Jamie Triller, he just had his record. He did a record with King ISO, and that just got featured on the Strange Music's playlist.
Yeah, that's hard.
So, that's dope timing and shit right there. I'm like, oh, look at God. You know what I'm saying? Nah, some real shit though. Shout out to Jamie Triller. Congratulations on that shit, you know. And we got a banger coming up on his new album. I think he said that's coming in late August. So
That's hard.
yeah.
That's hard.
And then I just did a new record for the homie Young Drink out there in Denver, Colorado.
Hell yeah, that's your family, right?
Nah, that's just a homie, but we like family.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope as hell, bro. That's dope as hell. Fucking, did you catch any of the fights last night? Did you watch the fights?
I did not, man. I did no fight watching, man. We was doing the Barnstormers, and then I just came home after that and was on some other shit.
There was that big Holloway Poirier fight last night. It was pretty good. I caught a piece of it when I got off work real quick. That was the only one I got to see because I was up in there kind of late last night. But it was good to catch the headliners. You know what I mean? That portion of the fighting, and get to see that. It went the full distance. It was the third fight between Holloway and Poirier, and them dudes are some supreme barbarians. You know what I mean? Them dudes just get up, the gladiators. They get up in there and just bang the shit out of each other, and really put hands on each other. And it was good to see. You know what I mean? Both of them had some takedowns. Well, both of them were really just doing the damn thing up in there. So. Holloway ended up I shouldn't say. Yeah, I don't. No spoiler alert for anybody that's trying to watch it later. You know what I mean?
Shit. Who won the fight, man?
Holloway retained the belt. Holloway retained the belt.
Shit. This is breaking news. We got to make coverage.
You know, Holloway retained the belt and Poirier retired after he was done. And that was kind of a somber moment just because you know, they had a little sizzle reel they put together. And it showed his years of fighting and everything he sacrificed and all that stuff in order to. So it was cool. It was cool to see, you know, two ultra top tier athletes just get in there and just put it all on the line. So shout out to them.
Yeah, what's happening in hip hop?
So all right, so let's dig in a little bit here. Raekwon. This one comes in from Hip Hop DX. Let me pivot over here and let's get the graphic pulled up for Mr. Raekwon, the chef.
Hello. I'm hungry too.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you don't want to eat what he's cooking. Raekwon has released The Emperor's New Clothes. His first album is almost a decade. Flanked by an all-star supporting cast including Ghostface Killah, Nas, and Method Man, as well as the Griselda trio Westside Gun, Conway, and Benny the Butcher. The project has been released by Mass Appeal Records, which is Nas's situation over there. The project's 17 tracks also come with the backing of an illustrious group of producers, including Swiss Beats, Nas, and the Justice League. Man, that's exciting. When I was just out in Detroit, they were hyping this record and talking about it coming out, and so I'm super hyped for this. They were talking about the documentary that he's got for Only Built for Cuban Links too.
And I think that's the last time I heard of was on some Raekwon. That was 10 years ago. Damn.
You know, I felt like it was longer than that. Was it only 10?
Fuck. The article says in almost a decade.
I think that was.
He might have dropped the album after that shit.
That was 20 years ago. That was 95.
Nah, he's got two of them though.
Oh no, I'm saying the original one. Like they were talking about that one and how it broke the mold for hip hop. You know what I mean? And like lyrical D-boy hip hop and the shit they were doing on it.
Right.
And, yeah, but maybe
I'm saying, what was his last album? You know what I'm saying? What was his last release?
Oh, okay. My bad. I wasn't catching what you were saying. Let me see here.
No, it's all love.
Okay, so his first one came out in 95. That was Only Built for Cuban Links. His first solo joint, anyways. His last one would have been...
I think it's Cuban Links 2. In 09. It's gotta be maybe.
So he got the Shaolin versus the Wu-Tang in 2011. Wu Victory.
Yes, sir.
Where we at here?
That's what it is.
Which one was it?
By International Luxurious Art, 2015.
Yep.
And I've never had that one.
Yeah, that one didn't. I missed that one too.
Okay, so that was his last album before The Emperor's New Clothes. Okay.
Yep.
That's the timeline, y'all.
Yeah. He's an impressive one to watch rap. You know what I mean? I didn't realize, now that I'm looking at this, Google says that he was signed to Aftermath.
I remember that.
Do you? I don't remember that.
I remember that.
Huh. I wonder what projects if he dropped a project on it or just singles, or if it was.
Nothing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he definitely does his thing. You know what I mean? I being the dude that just got to see him perform, it was ultra impressive.
Okay, let's do this. You're a super Wu-Tang guy. What's your top 3 Wu-Tang members in specific order?
I would say Method Man definitely got to be that guy.
Yep.
I would say, all right, so if we start with Meth, Jesus, that sounded dark. If you start with Meth, where do you go from there?
Somebody watching like, see, I told you that's what they do. I told you.
No, I would say Method Man, Inspector Deck.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, Inspector Deck. I gotta go You God.
Are these because of personal interactions or based off a rhyming skill?
Yeah, no, I would say the rhyming skills for Inspector Deck for sure. And I didn't realize because there's so many members of Wu-Tang, I didn't remember how many verses I knew of You Gods until they just did this last tour.
Yeah.
And sometimes you forget whose verses it is. You know what I mean? Like you're just caught up in the music and singing along when you're listening to it in the car. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit. I was doing You God's verse the whole time thinking it was somebody else or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it was it was very cool for me to get to see how many of his lyrics I knew. So that was kind of impressive. That was exciting.
Yeah, shout out to Raekwon, man. I'm definitely gonna slap this shit, and I need to go back and slap the last shit. But The Emperor's New Clothes, you know what I'm saying? I'm checking it out. When? Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was definitely tardy on this record. And not this one. This one just dropped, so I didn't get a chance to be late on it. But a couple of them other joints, you know what I mean? I was like, damn, I was caught up in the mix and didn't see it come out. So I'm gonna do my deep dive and run through the discography and peep it out.
Gonna go on to the next, man. This next comes via DX.com. And it's about Memphis Bleek and Beanie Siegel. Memphis Bleek has revealed that he and Beanie Siegel were once supposed to make a joint album, but instead blew the budget. Gosh. He said, me and Beans were supposed to do an album. They flew us to Miami. I didn't bring none of my artists with me, but Beans said, I'm bringing Freeway with me because Free didn't have a budget. He didn't have nothing. We bullshitting in the studio. We get back to New York. Jay like, yo, what did you do? So me and Beans looking like we ain't got nothing. So he like, yo, y'all blew $300,000 just in the studio. What'd you do? Guru was like, but Freeway got some records. And my nigga Free, you came home. My nigga Free, you came with 2 monster records, bro. Shit.
Damn. That's insane.
$300,000 worth of studio time booked and came home with only Freeway records. And this is what Memphis Bleek and Beanie Siegel both at the studio.
That's rough. I'd
be pissed.
Yeah. And I'm sure that was the early days when $300,000 was a lot more. I mean, $300,000 a lot of money today, but it isn't quite as much as it once was. You know what I mean?
For studio time?
Yeah, that's insane, bro. That's insane.
And that money was allotted for y'all to create a duo album, and then you come back and you have a few singles from Freeway, who wasn't even supposed to be. Nigga.
I might delete you out my phone. I just bought a house and y'all were down there playing in Miami, just having a good time.
Oh, dog, I'm hot. I'm telling you, bro. Hey.
Yeah.
So, what do you think we missed out on, if we missed out on anything? A Memphis Bleek and Beanie Siegel album.
I mean, you know, when they were ultra hot and Rockefeller was just, you know, crashing the charts. I think we lost out on some big shit. You know what I mean? I mean, their bond was probably tighter for records that came after that. And after Jay checked them a little bit, I'm sure that they tightened up and we probably got some major records out of it. You know what I mean? And that camaraderie that they built in the studio down there. I wouldn't say it was a complete loss because I didn't have to pay the bill. But
yeah,
if you was the man writing the check that had to pay the bill, I'm sure that you was a little angry. You know what I mean? Ultra angry.
I was never a big Memphis Bleek guy. I knew a few Memphis Bleek fans. Have you ever met a Memphis Bleek fan? Respectfully.
I mean,
I ain't trying to shit on, bro.
Right. Back in the day, you know what I mean? I think a lot of dudes that I was running with were definitely fucking with him.
Okay.
You know, in the early Rockefeller days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nowadays, I'm sure that it is, aside from old heads like ourselves, you know what I mean? Because now we're old heads. I would say, you know, if you asked a younger dude what they knew about some shit that they dropped, I mean, you know, as I'm skimming through these records right here, you know, a lot of this stuff is 99, 2000. His latest record, I think, was 2005. You know what I mean? And so I would say that the majority of this material, somebody, they would probably fuck with it if they heard it, but they wouldn't have no clue who the fuck that is.
I think, I also think Beanie Siegel had a bigger impact on rap.
I would agree with that.
It would have been probably more beneficial to Beans, you know what I'm saying? It would have been more beneficial for Bleek, that, you know, that combination, that pairing, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, and I think that sometimes you can get in your own way. You know what I mean? Like, you got a budget, you're feeling good. You've been dropping records. You're kind of riding on a high and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, I would say that sending them two dudes down there without a hard blueprint, you know what I mean, so to speak, you know what I mean, probably allowed for a lot of fuckery. You know what I mean? It allowed for them to just, I mean, they were probably drinking, probably had some females up in there, whatever. You know
question.
What I mean? They were kicking it extra tough. They didn't go down there with a book full of rhymes pre-written and ready to record, you know what I mean, or whatever. I'm assuming.
No question.
Yeah.
Young, dumb, full of cum.
Without a doubt. Ready to just get loose. Having a good time. What do you think? Now, if somebody approached you and they said, Big Ray West, I got a budget for you. I'm going to park you in a studio for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I'm gonna block it out. We're gonna send you to Mass Appeal Studios in New York. You know what I mean? You can't go out and start doing no bunch of sightseeing and shit. Maybe you do that in the evening if you want, but I need you clocking in 8 hours a day, 9 to 5. And they maybe they don't tell you quite what the budget is, because but they just say, I blocked out 8 hours a day for you. That's coming out of my pocket. I need you to deliver some records. How many records you think you could bang out? A record a day? More than a record a day?
I definitely could, but what's it depends on, you know what I'm saying, what's my agenda? Are we focusing on to see, okay, how many records can this guy do? Is that the agenda, or is the agenda how many hits can he make?
Right. You want some
You know what
quality
I'm saying?
slaps.
Do you want quality shit or do you want quantity?
Right.
Because I could do both.
Yeah. Is this an endurance test, or are we looking for something that's gonna resonate?
What the fuck are we trying to prove, and then what's gonna come of these records anyway? You know, we're not just gonna do. I'm not gonna let you pay for studio time and I'm gonna sit there and work weeks, and then okay, that was dope. See, I told you it was legit. See you next time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing with these records?
Yeah.
What's the purpose? So
right. Well,
but easily.
I feel like anymore, you could do you a dry run a handful of times, tighten up your bars and whatnot at your own spot before you get to paying for. I don't even know what. I mean, I know around here you can get good studio time for $60 an hour. You know what I mean? I'm sure that maybe after yes, carousel or somewhere higher up, maybe $100 an hour, $80 an hour. I don't know, somewhere around there. I'm not sure, but I know you can get. I've been into some studios that are great for 60 to so bucks an hour. You know what I mean? And so I'm assuming, I think you got to buy a block. They don't just sell you an hour at a time. You go into somewhere like Chapman down in Kansas City,
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the engineer got to get taken care of, and he don't want to just be in there for an hour and go, all right, I made my $100 for the day. So I think that I think you got to get a block, but I'm assuming it's probably at least $150 an hour, $125 an hour when you get into something that's ultra fancy, with the rooms and this and that, you know what I mean, and the engineer. So
when it gets that pricey, you're not just going there to just lay one song. Now you're gonna let shit accumulate, because now if I'm paying that much, I'm going in there to drop some shit. We're about to do 10, 15 records today, sir.
Yeah. And I've already got the bars written. I've had multiple. I've ran through them multiple.
Written. Oh
yeah.
No question. That's how we used to have to do it, because you pay money for this studio time. I didn't come here to play.
Right. Yeah, I'm not writing rhymes and drinking 40s while I'm on the clock.
On daddy's, dog. Hey, it used to be like that before I had my own studio. I was fortunate to have my own shit at a very young age, but there was a time where I didn't have it, and we were paying Explicit to go record at his shit.
Yep.
You didn't fuck around there, amount of dollars an hour, and it's like, look, we're broke, so we're gonna get an hour, but we're gonna drop all 5 of these songs in this fucking hour too, though.
Yeah. You're gonna have to click fast, bro, because I'm ready to rap.
Yeah, rehearse. Everybody knows that, so it's just on point. So we don't need a lot of takes. 10 takes at the most per person, and shit, we're out of there.
Hell yeah.
Mix that shit on your own time. Don't be trying to mix your shit on my hour. You know what I'm talking about? I pay for an hour of recording. You do the mixing outside of that shit.
Amen. All right, so this next one I'm excited for. You know what I mean? Ray and I talked about it before we got on camera, and this record's gonna be fun. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be hard. This comes in from Hip Hop DX. This is Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist have revealed the release date and track list for their highly anticipated second collaborative album, Alfredo 2. In an announcement, the duo appeased fans by unveiling that the project will be arriving on July 25th. 5 days, y'all. Get your shit together. Just a week away. So, I mean, knowing that the Alchemist is involved, I know the beats are going to be slamming. Knowing that Freddie Gibbs is there, I know the bars are going to be trunk tight. You know what I mean? It's going to be all the way there. I'm excited for it. You know what I mean? How you feel about this?
Honestly, doesn't move me. That's no disrespect to Gibbs, man, but
I think he froze, bro. Oh, I lost him. I lost Ray. I'm hoping his connection will reset. It was glitching a little bit there. I'm hoping he comes back and we be all the way there. I would say this record looks like it's got a lot of potential. I'm going to enlarge in this image real quick while Ray's out. There we go. Ray's back. I lost him for a quick second. Your connection had been glitching before that. Oh, you're still kind of glitching.
What the fuck's going on,
there
dog?
We go. You're coming in and out. I had you, and then I lost you. You're a little pixelated. Oh, I lost him again. Yeah, so it says Act 1, 1995, Mar-a-Lago, Lemon Pepper Steppers. Oh, I like that. Lemon Pepper Steppers. Ensalada, Empanadas. Act 2, Skinny Shug 2, Feeling. Let me make this a little bit larger. My old ass eyes can't see this so well. I can't even read the features on it, to be honest, y'all. I Still Love Her, Shangri-La, Gas Station Sushi, Act 3, Lavish Habits, Gold Feet, Jean-Claude, 1,000 Mountains. They definitely got some bangers on here. The record looks extra dope. You know what I mean? I'm happy Ray brought it to us this morning to peep out. It's exciting looking. You know what I mean? Alchemist is a heavy hitter when it comes to production. You know what I mean? There's a certain sound folks are looking for when they tap in with the Alchemist. And Freddie himself, you know what I mean? Being a dude from Gary, Indiana, you know, he had a lot of success last year with a lot of the records he did, but also it was last year or the year before he dropped that Bust Down TV show. So he made that crossover move. I think Freddie is definitely that dude. Ray, what were you saying on this one? How are you feeling about it, bro?
I was just saying, man, disrespect again. In tune with, you know, his catalog, and no reason why it shouldn't be. You know, he's repping the Midwest. He's not far from here. You know, he can rap. Like, he's got to take the time to get into it. You know, so yeah, that's all. I'm just still tardy. I haven't got there yet, Freddie. I'm gonna get there though.
No worries. Shout out to Corey CP Perez. He just jumped up in here with us. He said, "I'm late to the party." That's all right, CP. We appreciate you sliding through, bro.
Shout out Corey Perez, man. I call him the golden voice with the golden ears.
I would say undoubtedly CP and RJ Collier are two of the hardest singers up in the city. You know what I mean? Like, them dudes is running the game for Des Moines, Iowa, without a doubt. If you don't know, check it out.
Yeah, very talented brothers.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm excited for this one to drop. It's only 5 days away, so you know, that would be cool. So, Ray, I snuck this one in here. I'm gonna hit you with it real quick because we had kind of lightly discussed it, but August 7th, the Stands movie drops. The closest spot is Kansas City. You think you can take a Thursday off and run to Kansas City?
No.
Okay. All right. Just figured I'd throw it out there. You know what I mean? The day it drops is coincidentally August 7th, and that's a Thursday, and I have the day off of work, so I think I'm gonna run down there. I'm gonna peep the movie. I bought
when does it air?
August 7th. That's the day it comes out.
The time.
Oh, it's in the movie theater.
What time is it showing?
Oh, I didn't get that far. I had to look.
Okay.
You know what?
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. Let me peep it. This shouldn't be too hard to find out. I saw an AMC theater in Kansas City.
That's crazy. You would think there'd be one in Omaha.
There is one in Council Bluffs, but I figured Kansas City's a little more fun. We grab lunch, do some barbecue, and then bend the corner and come back.
All right.
We used to have one at Southridge, and then obviously that one closed down. And then there was one in Johnston as well out here in Iowa, and that one closed as well. And so, unfortunately, the nearest ones for us are Council Bluffs or Kansas City. And so they're only showing current listings. I'll have to screw with the website a little more. I figured it would show me upcoming films a little easier than this, but I'm not going to take up too much of our time trying to figure out where the upcoming shows are. But the Eminem's new film, Stands, comes out, hits theaters worldwide, and they're doing a special deal with the AMC theaters. and they teamed up with them. And so if I bought the pre-release vinyl, and so I got a copy of the film with it. And so I'm gonna slide out, probably go get me some lunch, catch the film, and then bend the corner and come back on Thursday. So
yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah, it sounded like a good time to run down there. I might see if I can piggyback a little work on it. Maybe link up with the homie D-Lo, could do an interview, or maybe say what's up to the homie UBI or somebody, and maybe make something happen.
Shit, I'm gonna have to send you down there with a motherfucking a lunch bag, an insulated lunch bag, and bring me back some brisket.
I'll get you a sandwich from Jack Stacks or something. Hell yeah. Yeah, your picture is super crispy right now. I don't know what you did differently, bro, but you look crispy. You look good. And then I think I shouldn't have said anything because I think it froze after that. Damn it. I lost him. He was there, and then I lost him. Ray's got a little internet connection issues this morning, but not the end of the world. I'm gonna hit this.
We might have to abort Brody.
Yeah,
a little wild.
Yeah, the internet connection is bugging out on you for whatever reason. You was ultra crispy. I said something about it, and then you disappeared. Yeah, no big deal. I can run through the rest of these topics real quick, and then I just jump off, and we'll hit it next time, bro. I appreciate it. I was running late today, anyways. That's my fault. CP said Ray's so cold he froze.
Oh, shit.
I love it. Oh shit.
Hey, boy, this year you representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the West Coast, and they know my apologies. My internet is acting up, so I'm gonna make a smooth exit so the show doesn't suffer any longer. I
appreciate you, Ray. We'll catch you next time on the show, my bro.
Yep.
Peace. All right, so next up we got Glorilla. Everybody knows who the first lady of hip hop is. You know what I mean? She's been holding it down extra tough. She's doing her thing. You know what I mean? Much props to Glow. But this one comes in from Billboard.com. It says Glorilla brought her Memphis tenacity to Indianapolis as she headlined the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game halftime show on Saturday night, July 19th, with a dynamic performance. Introduced by ESPN's Elle Duncan, Chini Agwagmaki, and Andrea Carter, Big Glow hit the stage in a custom one-of-one Gatorade Letterman jacket. It was inscribed with an homage to her Letter Cook hit across the back, along with the signature Gatorade towel in the hood area. That's dope. That's fresh. Much props to Glow. She's had an astronomical year. You know what I mean? It's exciting to see somebody like her really hitting the scene and dropping bars and talking about something more than just WAP. You know what I mean? It's ultra exciting for me to see her hold it down for females in hip hop and just hip hop in general. You know what I mean? And I would say Glow is doing her thing, in a very exciting way. I got her album. I copped it. Matter of fact, I bought it two times. So much props to Glow. And it's exciting to see her career continue to grow and she continues to hold it down for hip hop. So much props to her. All right, this next one is up. We got DC Young Fly and Rick Ross. Ricky Ross. Let me grab the image. Boom. We're gonna bring it up and do the damn thing. Over cheer. Let me get Glow off the screen real quick, y'all. And then we pivot. This one comes in from allhiphop.com. DC Young Fly called out Rick Ross for ghosting an interview on the 85 South show and then giving an in-depth sit-down to a white-owned podcast. Oh, shit. Reigniting a years-old comment that never quite sat right with him. Speaking on the Rory and Maul podcast, DC explained his sentiment. It's the fact that you left our show and went and did a white podcast and did a full-blown interview, he said. And they asked you the question that we didn't even ask you. Ross tried to brush it off on Instagram, saying he showed up for the 85 show to show love and left because of urgent matters. Nonetheless, DC wasn't buying it. He responded on IG, pointing out that every guest, including the likes of Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes, T.I., and Boozy, has appeared on this show for free. You know it's all about love, but nobody gets paid because the culture bigger than the money, he wrote on Instagram. The impact we make lasts a lifetime. Our doors is always open, OG. He also clapped back at Ross's food complaint, saying there were 200 lemon pepper wings in the back, and even joked about buying the rapper's wasted Gucci jacket for his son. DC made it clear there's no beef, just a matter of respect. Quote, if you go somewhere to go, just let us know how much time you got so we can get the best out of it, end quote. He said, don't just leave. That's tough to see. I know a lot of people, time is money. Money is time. A lot of people feel like they should get paid to come on these podcasts and do interviews. I don't know. It's a mixed bag for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm promoting your brand. I'm talking to you about what you got going on. No disrespect, but I feel like it's a mutual benefit. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, if I got Uncle Snoop on here and Snoop is doing a lot for me, I'm gonna pay mad respect, and we're gonna enjoy that podcast, and I'm gonna do everything I can to promote your brand. But in that instance, it's tough for me to do as much for Snoop as Snoop is doing for me. I encountered that early on with Tech 9. Clearly, Tech was doing more for me. I was a nobody. You know what I mean? I was an up-and-coming podcaster, interviewer, MC, you know what I mean? And that's how I made my bones early on, you know what I mean? It's fucking with people like Tech 9 and his conglomerate of MCs. And Tech did so much for me that I could never repay that. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be enough cash to pay that man, to repay him for the blessings that he gave me. So that's a tough one. You know what I mean? Sometimes there just ain't a big enough bag to cover what you may do for an MC, but in that same aspect, you know what I mean? What DC Young Fly was saying, is it's got to be about the culture a little bit. You know what I mean? You're a top tier MC. We respect that. We appreciate what you've done for the culture and what you've brought, but, and your celebrity status and everything is going to weigh into that. You know what I mean? It's going to factor into these appearances and things that you're doing. But at the same time, it's got to also be a little bit about giving back. You know what I mean? So, at that moment, you know, you just gotta do what you can. So, on that note, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and cut the show short today. You know what I mean? The homie Ray was with me. There was a little bit of internet congestion and his signal was a little jacked up today. So, we're going to be back at it Tuesday. I'm going to be on the road, but we're going to have a live interview with me and Ray. We're going to be all the way tapped in doing the damn thing. And so until next time, it's your boy, that motherfucker Steve for EmceeTV. I appreciate y'all jumping in here. Shout out to the homie CP who was all the way up in here dropping comments. I appreciate everybody sharing, liking, and supporting the show. And it truly means everything to us because that's how we know who's here. You know what I mean? And when y'all share the podcast and tag us in it, so we know, we definitely shout y'all out. It means a lot. It means a lot because that's how we bring in new viewers. You know what I mean? Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I mean? That's how we get the word out there. And so, as always, I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for watching, giving me your time. Until next time, it's your boy, that motherfucker Steve. I'm out. Peace. I'll catch y'all Tuesday.
We've been known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jumps. American Nightmare, that's where the Spice won. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like Cassius Clay, passionate thugs, mixing Douce with Alizé.
Don't play with us, them goons ain't got you safe enough. Yellow fuck 'em like Smokey off the angel dust. My life so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, sharper than a razor's touch. We hit that strip and get the caking up. God hate ugly, so ain't no saving us. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up.
Big balls don't take